Welcome to the second episode of Cowgirl Meets Yankee.
We made it another week. We're live. We're here.
It wasn't just a one-hit wonder.
It wasn't a one-hit wonder. We are so back.
We're back and we're excited.
Everyone who reached out and said nice things, thank you. We love you guys. We love you. Today, what are we going to be doing, Becca? What's up?
So today, we are going to be making portraits of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the episode, we'll show them to each other. So we'll start it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I guess I need something. Okay,
Huh.
I'll just...
I can just go table.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
good.
okay.
You're good. Kindergarten style. I don't need to...
We got our Posca markers. I'll give you the green.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Blue for me.
These were the best pencils, by the way, in middle school. The, what are they called?
Mechanical.
Pencils. It's been so long, okay? These were the best. I was always really jealous, like, all the coolest girls had these.
Yeah, and my parents bought me wooden pencils.
Same, Ticonderoga number 2s, but man, those babies were smooth.
It was only USA made.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Yeah, our friend Alexandria.
Bless her heart.
Sweet girl.
Sweet girl.
Got hacked by someone we think is in Nigeria based on Snapchat location. And he has just been
terrorizing her.
If it even is a he, I don't know. They've just been absolutely terrorizing her and, like, everyone else. And,
well, it's funny how we first recognized that she had been hacked, right? Because she posts on her Facebook, like, a moving sale, okay? So we're like, she's got some pretty good stuff on there, okay?
Some great stuff. But the thing is, she lives with our other friends.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, kind of weird. Like, I didn't know she was moving, but, maybe, her, whatever.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even have leases. I can't even be like, her lease is up. I don't know what my thought process was, but I was like, yeah, maybe she's moving. Or maybe it was someone from church that she was helping move.
Yeah.
But she had all of this stuff for sale.
And so I know I messaged the guy because I was like, oh, well, the guy, I thought it was Alexandria.
Yeah.
So I messaged him. I was like, hey, that four-wheeler and pool table, like, that looks nice. And I was like, how much? They said $1,500 for both. What's your price? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I asked for a PS5, and they said it was $300. I was
steal.
like, yeah, I'm in.
I'll cash app you right now.
Yeah, well, they asked me, they said, are you ready? And I said, yeah, sure, like, whatever. And they were like, I need your delivery, I need your address and your phone number for the delivery man. And I went, wait, what? First of all, Alexandria has my phone number.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, something's not right. So I called Alexandria, she doesn't pick up. So now I'm calling all of our mutual friends. I'm like, is anyone with Alexandria? She's been hacked. And we were like, oh no. And then we thought we were, like, in the clear.
Yeah. Well, not to mention, like, I had tried to call because I was like, what is going on? So I tried to call, and they're like, why are you calling me? I'm very busy.
She calls them on Facebook Messenger, like, 4 times.
And they're like, why are you calling? I'm so busy. I'm like, okay. Like, all right. But, yeah, long story short,
Alexandria had a meeting with Homeland Security.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have her passport and her driver's license.
Everything.
And, yeah, I just don't even... I feel so bad. So, yeah. And then I blocked them on Snapchat, and somehow their message still came through. And I was like, oh, okay. But I think we'll get it figured out.
She's definitely had, like, a more eventful week than we have.
Oh, 100%. I think my week has been more eventful because of the events.
Yeah, because of what happened to her. So sorry for laughing at your expense, but it's just so wild.
We're laughing with you, not at you. But you're not laughing.
You're not laughing. Actually, I think she was laughing.
I think she was laughing too. And
just
I told her
how wild it was.
She's like, not what I imagined at 26. I said, you gained your prefrontal cortex and you lost your identity, and sometimes that's how it is.
Sometimes it happens.
It's how it is sometimes, I guess. Like, that's bull. Am I kind of killing this sketch of you right now?
I can't look.
Yeah, you can't, but, like, I low-key think I'm...
Camera.
Like, I've barely done anything, but like, wow. I don't know.
She's an artist.
It might not look like Becca at the end, but it's something.
It's something. No, I feel like also there were some allegations in the last podcast.
What?
There were.
I don't know about this.
I forgot to tell you about it, but people were wondering like, who's the Yankee and who's the Cowgirl? Are you kidding me right now?
So who asked if who was Cowgirl and Yankee?
Nick's friend Nick.
I haven't met this friend. I have not unlocked this character yet.
Yeah, he's a character, all right. That's for sure. No, so Nick calls Nicholas, my boyfriend. We'll just call him Nick and Nicholas. And so he calls him and he's like, so first thing out of his mouth, so who's the Yankee and who's the Cowgirl? And Nick calls me and he's like, don't worry, I defended your honor. And I was like, what do you mean?
Nicholas, how dare you?
I said, what do you mean? And he goes, when he asked that, I just hung up. And I was like, you just hung up.
Nick, I thought we were friends. How could you do this to me?
He said, one thing's for sure, Becca is not the Yankee.
Unbelievable. Nick, I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad at you. You're in the doghouse.
Janet, I feel like this doesn't look like you. Let me look at your face. Okay, hold on.
I will say I snuck a peek at yours earlier and I was like, my forehead is very small.
Well, I'm putting your hair in front of it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll make your head bigger then. Get a big forehead. I don't care. Whatever.
Here's what I got going on.
I can't look at it.
I kind of think I'm slaying. It doesn't really look like her, but it kind of does.
Hold on, let me erase and give you a bigger forehead, because that's what you want.
I think it might be Coke time. Do you think it might be Coke time?
I think it's Coke time.
All right.
And, okay. All right, so we've got our Cokes.
Coke ASMR. Oh. Oh. Oh, I hate that.
Hold on. I didn't stop.
Tell me that was your tooth. That was not your tooth, right?
Okay, so I'll use the bottle opener, whatever. I know I can do it.
What the?
That did scare me, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It scared Billy, too. Thank you.
You didn't tell me that was not. We're good. We're good. So we've got our Coke.
I'm stressed.
And our peanuts. Lightly salted.
So how many do you, like, put in there?
Oh, I mean, like, as many as you want, really. You just kind of...
So, like, do you taste it?
Yeah, you crunch them.
Oh.
Like, you eat the peanut. While you're sipping on the Coke.
Okay.
So that'll be...
Okay, so you did, like, 10. Yeah. So maybe I'll do, like, 10?
Yeah, and I'll have your first sip with you.
Okay. Am I gonna be able to, like, taste it right away?
Dude, you're gonna eat a peanut while you take a drink.
But I'm curious, does it affect the flavor of the beverage itself?
No, it's just like a nice.
So you're just eating wet peanuts.
Coke flavored peanuts. That's probably okay.
Okay.
Oh, yours is submerged. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, I do taste the peanut.
Yeah. Did you get a bite?
No.
Get a bite.
None of it came out. Okay.
Get a bite.
Okay.
It's good, yeah?
It's fine. I'm not sure I really understand. But
so
it's fine.
I need to Google, because I know this is like an old people thing. Because, like,
it's not bad, but, like, am I gonna, like, go out of my way to put peanuts in my Coke?
Dude, I was craving it the other day. I was craving it. It was so weird. It's known as the Farmer's Coke.
Okay.
It's a popular southern snack that consists of salted peanuts poured into a bottle of Coca-Cola and consumed. The combination is enjoyed for its sweet and salty flavors. It's believed to have developed in the South during the 1920s as a snack for blue-collar workers that did not require them to wash their hands.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
As soon as you said 1920s, though, I was like, yeah, that tracks. That's some 1920s nonsense if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, it's really good, though. It's a Southern delicacy.
2 things that came out of the 1920s. Peanuts and Coca-Cola and Newsies the musical.
And new what?
Newsies? Wait, is that the 1920s? That might be in the 1890s.
I don't even know what that is.
Newsies, it's about newspaper boys in New York. It's a musical. We'll have to watch it.
Okay.
It's a almost all male cast.
Okay.
Do you know who Jeremy Jordan is?
No.
Okay. Well, Jeremy Jordan, love him. He's in it. Do you like musicals?
No, hate them.
Oh.
The only musical I like is Mamma Mia.
Interesting. Okay, so you just like ABBA.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I got it.
Yeah, that's it.
My friend Liv loves Mamma Mia.
It's such a good movie.
I had never seen it until college.
Really?
Yeah, it's okay.
See, I'm just a sucker for rom-coms in general. Like, any rom-com, okay, let me just, top 3 right now.
Okay.
50 First Dates.
Okay. I don't know, I just wouldn't put that top 3, like, it's okay. That's the one with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
It has the perfect combination of, like, just this cute story with the, like, humor. It's great.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, She's All That. The 80s one.
Never seen it.
Dude. It's incredible.
Okay.
I love it. And, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh. Yeah, that's in my top 3 as well. I love me some Heath Ledger.
Rest in peace.
Man.
Rest in peace. Man. That man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am shading in your hair right now. Look at this. Look at those highlights. Show the people what you've got, Beck.
I'm glad you're doing good. I feel like this does not look like you, and then I'm, like, doing trash. You can barely see it right now, but there go Janet. But I've been on a Marvel kick lately. As I usually am.
You always like Marvel.
Like, as I usually am. It's just easy to watch for me. I love, like, I don't know, superheroes, things like that. I actually debated on getting a Spider-Man tattoo that was, like, half Spider-Man, half Venom.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, like, half Batman. But I was just thinking of that child that we met at the community outreach.
Oh, yeah.
Who face painted his face half Batman, half Spider-Man. And I was like, what an icon.
Yeah. When 2 worlds collide.
Truly.
Literally.
Truly.
Yeah.
I used to really love Batman when I was in middle school. And I bought this hoodie from Hot Topic. It was a Batman hoodie.
Of course.
And it had Batman ears on it.
Yeah.
I wore it every day for like a year and a half. And then I was like, why are people bullying me? Janet, because what are we doing? Talk about cartoon character core. What was I practicing for? I had other clothes. I had other hoodies. And like, my parents, God bless them, they were like, just whatever makes you happy. That is so sweet.
So real. So real.
Yeah. But I look back and I'm like, man. I mean, I was also going through some stuff in middle school. No one's ever really at their best.
No.
Between the years.
No. I think
12,
oh
13.
my gosh. Middle school, I had discovered makeup, right? And like, your parents don't buy you the expensive makeup products because, like,
I wasn't
why would you?
able to wear makeup until high school.
So I probably shouldn't have.
Unless I was doing it for theater.
Yeah, so I probably shouldn't have. I remember, and there's probably a video floating around, we had a presentation on, I don't even know what, but I had to record, like, my group for it, right? I come to school wearing bright purple eyeshadow. Not just on my eyes. Like, no, like, all the way up to my eyebrow. Like, and I thought I was that girl.
You were like, I'm serving looks today.
I look good, right? No. No, it was not great.
2016 would have been all over that, though. That was like the vibe. You could do whatever you wanted.
Whatever you wanted.
That was a crazy time to be a freshman in college, by the way.
Dude. Wait, in 2016 you were a freshman in college?
Yeah.
No shot.
Yes.
Janet, no shot.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
I'm mathing this.
I started my freshman year of college in 2016.
I'm mathing.
I have lived in Tennessee since 2016.
When did you graduate?
2016.
Okay, that's fair then. You're right. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, so I got to college and the style was like everyone was wearing those shirts with the lace up.
Yeah.
Yep. And then combat boots.
That's so fun though. I
owned all of that stuff already. So like I was just living my best life.
I was a sophomore in high school. Because I graduated 2018.
Why did I not know that you graduated 2 years below me? Did you miss like the birthday cutoff? Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was an October baby. But you were too.
Yeah, the cutoff for us was in like December.
Weird. See, ours was like August.
Yeah, no. Ours was really late.
Huh. But, yeah. I was a sophomore in high school. And that was when my high school started at 7:20 in the morning. I had to catch my bus at 5:30 in the morning.
It started at
7:20 in the morning it started. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think ours started at like 7:50.
Really? Yeah.
I think so.
Still like a little bit later. But yeah, I was like one of the first stops. So your girl would wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock and put on a full face of makeup.
That's insane.
Yeah. And that was it. Like, you know, like that was what you did in 2016. Every morning, come to school with a beat face. For why? I don't know. And then I got grounded and got all my makeup taken away. Yeah.
Gasp.
Yeah. All my makeup taken away. My door handle was taken off. Okay.
Girl, what did you do?
I snuck out of the house. I was on my mom's property, but I was like out on the farm with a bunch of boys. And like they were all my guy friends, minus one who was my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, you're done. You're finito. You're toast. You're cooked.
So I get back. Obviously, like my mom finds me, and like my brother had snitched on me, but my little brother, he had went into my room to go lay down with me because he was young, right, at the time. And he went to my mom's room and he's like, Mom, Becca's not in her bed.
Oh,
and
no.
at first she was going to blow it off, and then she was like, no, like, I'll go check. And then she asked Jordan, she's like, where's your sister? He's like, I don't know. And she's like, where's your sister? And then he tells her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I never snuck out.
Oh, that was the one and only time I did, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I bet. I would never do it again after that.
Oh, no.
I never snuck out. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like that's like a thing that all teenagers do. It was something I never did. Yeah. And it's because my parents, like, first of all, I wasn't going out and doing anything crazy. Yeah. And like the things I wanted to do, I was like, hey, can I go do this? And my parents were like, yeah. Because they always wanted to keep me honest and safe. Right. And so they were like, as long as we like know where you are and we know that you're okay, like, totally within reason. Totally fair. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I never did it.
No, I had snuck out one time. And that was my one time. My dad gave me community service. Like, court-ordered community service.
Explain.
So, my mom obviously told my dad that I snuck out. Right. And my dad enforced all the punishments. So, like, he went to a judge and got a paper of, like, if a juvenile was actually, like, to sneak out and get caught, what would be the punishment? Yeah. Community service. So I spent my days in the summer going to the fire hall and cleaning the house, like the whole place. Yeah,
that's wild.
Oh yeah, like I never did anything again. Like, never again. It was very intense.
That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
But, like, I mean, it worked. Thank you, Dad, I guess. Like, I am.
Just look at her now.
Yeah, look at me now.
She's born again. She volunteers at church. Look at her. She's
not speaking out with boys.
She's a new creation.
New creation. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Dad, for being so strict on me, I guess.
Man.
No.
Yeah, my mom, like, I was always... So my mom and I are really close. You know, me and my mom are really close. But man, I was getting in trouble with my mom, something I feared. I did not like getting in trouble with my mom. And part of that, too, is because we were so close.
Yeah.
And there's something about, like, your parent who you're really close to being disappointed in you that just, like, hits so different. It feels so much worse.
It does, yeah.
Because if I wasn't that close to my parents and then they got mad at me, I think it would be easier to, like,
just be like,
oh, whatever. But I love my parents so much, and they're, like, such good people that whenever they were, like, mad at me or disappointed, it hurt.
Yeah.
That was the worst part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... I mean, same sense for my dad, especially, too. Like, because he raised me, like, most of my, like, childhood and everything. So, like, when he was upset with me or disappointed in me, I was like, oh. So it's, like, almost like a strive thing. Like, you want to make your parents proud, right? Like, of course.
Yeah.
So it's, like, the second you do something, it's like, oh, man.
Well, because also, like, I see this... You know, especially now that I'm older, but, like, your parents really, like, they try their best. They do everything that they can for you.
Well, they're still learning, too.
Right. It's their first time being parents. Right. It's their first time living.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing the best that they can.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like they deserve that effort from me as well.
Yeah.
As soon as you gain the consciousness to do so, of course, there's a little bit more leeway as a child.
Yeah.
Because your brain isn't fully there yet.
And it's like, you don't even, like, I didn't even realize half of this stuff till, like, I got older. Like,
same.
My mom even, like, she sacrificed so much for us, you know, like, my mom, my dad both, like, and my grandparents, you know, and, like, you don't have that appreciation till you're older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do, because now as an adult, like, I come home from work, like, I get home from my commute, and all I want to do is, like, lay down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if I have to go to the grocery store, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, my parents were coming home from their jobs to 3 children, at one point, all teenagers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
then having to cook dinner for
cooking dinner, putting food on the table, cleaning it up.
Yeah.
And then just, like, making sure that we were behaving ourselves and not at each other's throats.
Yeah.
And then, like, going to bed and then doing it all over in the morning. And that's so much work.
Yeah.
And, like, how much you must have to love your children to get up and do that every day is wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Because once you're a parent for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Literally. For the rest of your life, you are somebody's parent.
Literally. Yeah. And then it's like, Mom was like, I remember she texted me one day, and I was, like, still in bed, you know? And it was more recently, it was probably, like, last year. And she was like, when I was your age, I already had a child. And, like, talking about me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, that I'm not barefoot pregnant right now.
I honestly, like, couldn't imagine having a child right now. Because I'm still, like, figuring it out.
Yeah.
And,
but, like, support to all the mothers out there. We're not...
One of my best friends
like,
is a new mom.
Yeah.
And, like, first of all, she's one of the most responsible, like...
She seems really, like, put together.
She is. She's always been, like, very mature. She's gracious, kind, trustworthy. She's got, like, one of the strongest faiths of anyone I know.
Yeah.
And so, like... Even though, like, we're young, I remember when she told me that she was pregnant, I was like, she's gonna be such a great mom.
Yeah.
And her husband's gonna be such a great dad, and they are. They're great parents, and they're just, like, absolutely killing being parents right now.
That's awesome.
But
there's definitely a difference, though. Like, I was gonna say something, but, you know, I don't know. No, No, but there is definitely, like, a difference. Like, maturity level does not always come with age. So, like, somebody can be young, like, 20-something years old, and have the maturity level that somebody in their 30s should have, and then the opposite.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah.
They've, I, like, haven't been around kids in, like, so long. I just feel like because, I was always, like, the youngest in my family, and then, like, I moved away, I was in college, there's, like, really no babies at college, and then they haven't been in my circle, and so, like, that's one of the first babies I've ever held, and I was so scared that I was like, I'm gonna break this baby, like, I'm gonna drop this baby and it's gonna break in half, like, I'm so nervous. Yeah. And, obviously that's not how that works.
Right.
But, like, he's my nephew, and so, like, I hold him, and I remember, like, at one point just, like, staring at him, just crying, because I was, like, so touched.
So beautiful.
And I forgot, like, just how much, like, I love kids, and how sweet they are, and their outlook on the world. It's just, like, it's so cute. And, there was another, when we went to our friend's baptism last week, one of our friends has a baby, and she was sitting on my lap during the service, and I was like, man, I gotta get me one of these. But I was like, maybe I should marry someone first.
Well, see, that's what's nice about, like, Nick and all his nephews and nieces. Well, one niece. But, like, he was telling me, because we were babysitting one of his nephews, and Nick was like, I feel like you're a lot more excited about this than I am. Like, just because he's used to it. But I'm like, oh, no, this is so nice. Like, it's like, I can play pretend, and then I give it back at the end of the day.
You're like, and then when he soils his diaper, I just hand him back. Have fun.
Should we show?
Who's that woman? I've never seen that woman. Do you want me to hold it farther up?
She's beautiful. She's an icon. She's a legend. She's that girl. She's Ronald McDonald. Hold her beside you. Get the full. Yeah. Yes, queen. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks just like you. Okay.
This is Becca. I kept it a sketch.
I feel like that looks a lot like me, though.
I think it looks a little bit like you. I don't think it's
as bad as mine.
Super close.
She's cute.
I made sure to get your I had your septum turned the wrong way, and then I had to.
She said skinny queen in the face.
She's a skinny queen.
Kind of look like a coke addict, but
no, you don't. It's just because you have, like, prominent cheekbones, kind of.
That's it.
And I didn't know how else to draw that.
I dig it.
Yeah.
She's
I think
cute.
I nailed the highlights.
You did. The highlights are good. The highlights are there. Purr! You did really good, Janet.
Thanks. I tried.
Well,
this is definitely a person.
She definitely might haunt my nightmares later.
This is my sleep paralysis demon. Like, when I wake up in the middle of the night and there's a shadow over me and I can't move, it's this. She's here.
Run.
This is our new logo. The most horrific woman alive. On one day when we create merch, we'll just put these sketches on the front of a hoodie.
Because of how fun would that be?
Just two besties together. From afar, yours kind of looks like a detective sketch. Like, have you seen this woman? Have you seen this woman? She's wanted for murder. Ah! If you're listening to this on Spotify, you need to pull up the YouTube video and take a look at these portraits for real. For real. That's very funny. I'm glad we did this.
That was cute.
Because I thought you were going to put me to shame. Because you're so crafty.
Well, I have found that I'm better not on people.
No, because I've seen you draw. Like, we're sitting at a table of, like, things you've painted. You're so talented. I was like, yeah, she's gonna wreck me. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe if, like, I got, like, a cartoon picture of you, and then, like, did it, like, then it would be different.
I'm not gonna lie, Becca, I ate you up on this.
You did.
I ate you up.
It was good. It was good. I kind of want to frame her.
I'm gonna hang my hat on this.
I kind of want to frame it.
That's very sweet. Thanks.
I love her. Love her.
I'm an artiste.
This one we'll keep under your bed.
We'll keep it somewhere. I might need to lock her up. She's gonna come. She's gonna come to life and start moving around my home or something. I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna hear cabinets slamming. And I'm gonna come out and she's gonna be in my kitchen staring at me. And I'll be like, "Who are you?" She'll be like, "I'm you."
Why don't you love me, Janet?
Yeah, she's scary. She's a little scary.
She's a little terrified.
Oh, I have something from the past week.
Oh, what you got?
My friends and I played Overcooked for the first time. Have you heard of this?
Is that game on that where like
on the Switch?
Each person has a
I think it might be on other platforms too, but
each person has a job type thing.
Yes, yeah, but you have to assign it to yourself. Yes. We start playing, and I kept losing track of my guy. So, first of all, I'm laughing. Laura's, like, screaming. And, I'm trying to figure it out. And I think that I'm one person and I'm another person. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm killing it. I'm grabbing these plates. I'm putting these plates out. Let's go. And then Laura's like, who keeps throwing shrimp on the ground? She's like, there is so much shrimp on the ground. There is an abundance of shrimp on the ground. I look, my guy's in the corner taking shrimp out of the cooler and just throwing it on the ground. I was laughing so hard. I was like, gonna pee my pants. And I was just completely bringing down the team. And then we've got CJ, who works in a restaurant. She's like, I need a shrimp on the fly. And I was like, I've got some on the floor.
Shrimp on the ground.
Yeah, I got shrimp on the floor for you. Whenever you want it, I've got it. And it was such a mess. It was the most fun I've ever had playing a game in my life.
So
I was a liability, but it was very fun.
It was good. It was a good time. So I remember Nick and Tyler playing this game, right? And so they're on a headset, like, yelling at each other, telling each other what to do, whatever.
I couldn't imagine not playing that in person with someone.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, watching their Twitch, right? And I'm like, how hard can it be? Like, talking crap to them. Because I'm like, this seems so mindless.
We're gonna have to start gaming together, by the way, for Twitch.
We could.
We could.
So, I'm like, this seems like such a mindless thing. Like, what are you doing, Tyler? Like, get your stuff together.
It's so hard.
And then I played it with them.
Yeah.
And then I was that person. Except I wasn't, like, throwing shrimp on the ground. No, I was just, like, mopping the floor. Because it's, like, one of those, like, tedious things where, like, you don't have to mop the floor when spills happen. Like, obviously it just helps. But I'm like, no, we have to mop the floor. And there's dirty dishes piling up. Like, priorities, Rebecca, but
yeah, I like, and then a few levels in I was like, okay, I kind of got the hang of this. We were making pasta and tomatoes, and I don't know, the Italian really came out. I was chopping tomatoes like nobody's business.
Yeah,
it was getting very efficient up in that kitchen.
You were doing it.
And then we changed levels, and all of a sudden there were 3 ingredients. Forget it. You lost me at the extra ingredient. I couldn't do it. I was like, you're telling me you need seaweed, cucumber, and shrimp? Not gonna happen. Sorry.
You get one or the other.
You decide.
And the shrimp's on the ground, so.
And then my friends just kept excommunicating me to dish duty because I couldn't handle anything else. But honestly, it deserved.
Honestly, dish duty was hard for me too. Like,
yeah, it was. That was the thing. Is like,
I was like, I can't wash the plates. There's a clean plate in here. This one's dirty. Where do I put the clean plate? Like,
right. I was like, I'll do dish duty because like it's the easiest job, and then I was still bad at it. I was still like, everybody's like, stop putting the dish on the. Yeah. Like, stop putting the dish on the burner.
Yeah.
It would be like someone's trying to cook rice. I'm taking the rice off, throwing it on the floor, then putting the plate there, and everybody's like, what are you doing?
I'm giving you plates!
And then I'm like, oh, am I not green? And they're like, you're yellow.
Yeah. It is a stressful game. It's definitely...
so fun.
It is fun though. Yeah.
It's so fun. If you think your friendships are strong, just get into a virtual kitchen and see how it
test it.
see if you survive. Like, you know how people talk about, like, oh, Monopoly tears apart, like, friendships and families? No.
Uno.
Overcooked.
Yeah.
Uno? I really think so? Have you played Uno at Emily's house?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm scared.
You should be.
Emily terrifies me.
No, not Emily. It's not Emily you gotta worry about. It's Natalie. She's a sleeper cell. Natalie, we play Uno, and Natalie, first of all, the way that they play it is, like, there's a ton of extra rules, but, like, Natalie is so good, and she takes it so seriously, like, you don't stand a chance. To the point where, like, I played it the first time I was over there, and now when they're like, we're breaking out Uno, I'm like, great, I'll watch.
Oh, God.
Catch me playing Rummy Cube, which is a game that... Did you learn it for the first time that day, too, or was it just me?
I did.
Okay, we learned to play Rummy Cube at Emily's. I really enjoyed it. It was very confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's very, like, logic-based, but then I was taking so much time on my turn.
Oh my God.
That,
I just feel like, Janet, you're done!
Yeah, Becca kicked me out of my turn at one point. At one point, I stood up from the table and looked over it like I was mapping out our path through war. And everyone was like, Janet, like, what kind of ice cream do you want? And I went nonverbal. I was so focused, I went nonverbal. I was like, no, I'm plotting. And then I ended up...
doing nothing!
I ended up not having a move to make at all. And I just was like, okay. And I drew a card, and then we moved on. After I maybe wasted, like, 15 straight silent minutes of everyone's time.
Yeah.
I regret nothing. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any moves, and I didn't.
Yeah, I was stressed. I was like, okay, I'm done. I quit. I didn't quit,
I had a great time.
but I was just done with her at the moment.
I love being at Emily's house. That environment brings out the rowdiest side of me.
I love Emily's cooking.
I love Emily. I love all of those girls so much.
I love Mary. I don't know if she listens, but I love her.
I'm a big Mary fan.
I love Mary.
I met Mary and I was like, in my head I was like, where's Mary been all of my life?
She's so great.
So fun.
She's so cute. Like, I just love her.
Yes.
Love her.
All of those girls. It's, like, so amazing having a group of girls that share your faith, that you can, like, support and grow with and everything. And, like, first of all, I think female friendship in general is, like, so beautiful and, like...
Yeah.
The way that women are able to form such intimate connections with one another and be so uplifting is, like, so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's hard to replicate those feelings of sisterhood.
Right.
But, so, like, girlfriends aside, girlfriends in the church are, like, a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Because now not only are you someone I can count on, you're someone that, like...
I can pray with. Someone that will pray for me. Someone, like, someone just to be there for you in a spiritual way.
Right.
It's just, like, a different connection. It's so, like, pure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. It's so, like, sacrificial almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm going to give my time and my energy into making sure that you're good because you're my sister.
Yeah.
And, also just being able to, like, get that advice, that, like, biblical advice has been, like, so pivotal for me in my life. And so, like, when I'm walking through certain seasons, sometimes all I want to do is, like, be with those girls and talk to those girls and be like, hey, like, what are your thoughts? Like, and they just speak the word over you.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. And it's inspiring.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And I just, like, when I think about our friends, when I think about our church, it, like, when I really sit and think about it, like, it genuinely moves me to tears more times than not. Because I'm like, wow, like, how lucky and how blessed.
Right.
Like, I never had that growing up.
Yeah.
In the Catholic church near me. And so to have it now in adulthood it's amazing. I want, like, everyone to be able to kind of experience that feeling.
Yeah. It's literally like pure bliss. It really is. It just feels like even when nothing in your life makes sense, like there's people that you can count on to like help it make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like a safe place. Like, I could be having the worst week of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to go to church. I want to spend time with the Lord, and I want to spend time with my friends.
Yeah.
And, like, it almost, in a way, is a little bubble, but it's not,
It's
right?
not, yeah.
But it's nice to, like, have that place to go to. Like, you find so much comfort, so much peace there.
Yeah.
And I think, like, everything in the world is, like, so crazy just on, like, the day-to-day between work and just regular life stuff. And to have people that you can count on in an environment like that is, like, so crucial.
Yeah, for sure.
It's changed my life. Yeah. And I love those girls, and I love playing board games with them.
Yeah.
I guess all that to say.
And volleyball.
Really went on a tangent there, but
we did.
It had to happen.
It did. It's okay.
Just a lot of love.
Lot of love.
A lot of love up in here.
Yeah.
The guys at our church are great, too.
The guys are so great.
Love them.
Love them.
My brothers in Christ.
They're awesome. They're so funny.
So funny.
They're so funny.
So funny. So outgoing. So uplifting.
Genuine.
Yeah. I go to them for advice a lot, and they just, like...
Bless you, queen.
Billy sneezing. They just, they bring out the best of me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, just really, really encouraging people.
Yeah.
Very
They
thankful.
know how to, like, lift you up when you're feeling down for sure. Like, sometimes
Definitely.
you don't even have to tell them, like, how you're feeling. They can just kind of tell and, like, make you laugh.
Yeah.
And it's just so much better.
Well, I feel like sometimes in day-to-day life, like, when you talk to guys, and I'm not saying all of them, like, obviously, I have a lot of guy friends that I really love, but, like, sometimes you have those interactions that are, like, so disheartening, where you're like, okay, like, you obviously, like, don't really care for women that much, and, like, or, like, you're objectifying them, or whatever, and you talk to those men, and you, like, they're men of God, you never feel that way.
Yeah. Never.
Like,
no.
they see you as valuable.
Yeah.
Not because of anything you can provide them, but
Right.
just because you exist.
Right.
And they, like, want to be there for you.
Yeah.
And, like, you're there for them, too.
Yeah.
And...
there's no personal gain from it either. Like...
No, it's just... it's pure, it's friendship.
Yeah.
And that is, like, the most incredible thing.
Yeah.
Because they offer just a different perspective.
Yep. Yeah.
On life. And they're very funny.
They
so really make me laugh. They're fun to play volleyball with. They're fun to get advice from.
Fun to talk to.
Fun to talk to.
Just great people. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see, too, that, like, whereas we have our girls that uplift us, I see that a lot with them,
too. With the guys, yeah.
And I feel like, on the day-to-day, I don't see a lot of guys with, like, really close friendships where they can really sit down, have those meaningful conversations, and be vulnerable with each other. And being able to watch the men in our church do that all the time is, like, so special. And you can see how much it benefits them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're so emotionally intelligent and aware and compassionate.
Yeah.
And everyone should be able to have a group of people that they can be vulnerable with.
Right.
That helps them grow.
Yeah, because, I mean, it sucks, like, the whole mentality, like, that men are just supposed to be, like, standoffish. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so tough.
Yeah, so tough that they can't, like, have feelings.
Right.
They can't feel things. They can't talk about how they're feeling.
Right.
Like...
And they feel so deeply.
Yeah.
They feel just as much as girls do. They're just not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's why... like, we see men struggle with mental health so much.
Right.
And it's not that women don't struggle with mental health, but it's much easier for women to talk about it.
Right.
And so, just, like, allowing men to have that space to speak freely is so important.
Yeah.
And they need to have those resources. And I'm a huge proponent of, like, giving men the safe space to do that.
Yeah. And, like, also...
Because it doesn't make you less strong.
No, and, like, all the men, like, that we have, even to look up, like, the older men to look up to, like...
And it's something definitely, like, as time goes on, like, I really see... This was something that, like, early in my faith journey, I had a lot of trouble with, was, like, the idea of dating someone within the church. I was like, oh, I can have my faith and my partner can have a different faith than me. That's not a huge deal. Yeah. And now I'm like, no, because not that there's, you know, you can...
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's
but
just like the unequally yoked thing. Like, it does make a difference based on what your values are.
Right. And it's like, I'm just, you know, I love God. I lead my life...
You are heavily involved in church.
I'm heavily involved in church, and I want my partner to be as well. Right. Because I want to be able to serve the church with my husband, and I want my children to be raised with their faith and those values and believing in God. Yeah. And so to, like, see them live that out in day to day is so impactful. And not to mention, like, it just makes you feel warm inside being around people who love each other so selflessly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. That was a good little tangent we went on.
I know. We're lucky.
We are. For sure. It's just, like, literally all the people that are in our lives, like, I can't imagine where I would be without them. You know what I mean? Like, just 100%. Their guidance, their prayers. Like, even when I gave up, like, because there was, like, a time where, like, I struggled with my faith, you know? So, like, even when I gave up, like, they never stopped praying for me. So, like, I knew I was always loved. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That place is...
It's really great.
It's amazing.
It really is. And I was telling Nick, too, the other day, I was like, man, like, I wouldn't even be a teacher if it wasn't for Joy Church. Like, I would not even be a teacher. I wouldn't be living my dream, like, walking out my purpose. Because, like, it was all when I started in the serving in the 5-year-old class that, like, when they were moving up, I literally started crying. Like, out of nowhere, it just hit me. And I was like, I'm going to miss these kids so much. Like, I love them deeply. Yeah. And that was just after serving once a month. So then I was like, all right, God, like, if this is your plan for me, then give me some signs. Show me what I got to do. And, like, you know, all the things happened, and now I'm where I am. And it's like, I love my job. I love my kids. I'm so excited to student teach. Like, all the things are just lining up, and I'm just, like, so giddy about it. Like, I don't dread going to work. I wake up and I love going to work because every day is a new day and it's something exciting. And I know, like, deep in my heart that I'm making a difference in these kids' lives. It's great. It's so great to finally just feel like you're walking out in his purpose.
Yes. Yeah. That's huge. I feel like I wasn't doing that for a really long time. And then, like, a few months ago, I was spirit-filled. Yeah. And that changed everything for me. Yeah. Everything for me. My relationship is so much deeper and so much richer. I feel like I'm walking so much more in the faith. Yeah. And, I've just been, like, pursuing basically the things that I've felt called by God to pursue for a long time and just haven't. Yeah. Excuse me, my voice cracked. Yeah. But, yeah, it's amazing because your entire life will change if only you just let him do what he take the reins. Yeah. Jesus take the wheel, but like actually, every day.
It's crazy because, like, you know, sometimes you want to fight God on it. Like, you feel like you know your way is the right way.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for us as human beings to humble ourselves and let go of the pride that we feel. Yeah. That was also something I struggled with for a long time. I was like, well, no, like, I can pick good partners for me. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, I can't. Yeah. I'm like, I'm living my life out in my faith. I don't think God would put me with a partner that isn't doing that as well.
Right. And it's like, it's just like, you can only fight it for so long until, like, it honestly becomes draining just to fight it. Like, it'd be easier just for you to accept it. Like, even, I mean, like, I know personally, I was like, okay, I'll give everything to you, God. Like, I'm ready for you, God, except for this portion of my life. Like, I want this. Like, you know what I mean? Even when it comes to dating, like, I was in the same way. Like,
dating, I think, is one of the ones that most people struggle with.
Yeah, because, I don't know, it's like, you find someone, you think they're the one, right? They're everything you want, except, like, oh, they're not following God. But, like, you think you can change them, right? Like, you're like, oh, well, like, maybe you'll start going to church with me. Like, I'll have to beg you to come, but, like, you'll start going to church with me more, you know? But, yeah, it's just, like, you think that you can pick out, like, your partner better than God can type of thing.
Right. But, like, God created you.
Yeah.
He's your father.
Yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows what
you deserve. Like, and that was one thing that I really liked about, like, what Pastor says. It's, like, focus on being Mrs. Right instead of finding Mr. Right.
Oh, that's so huge.
Dude, so good.
So huge. Because we constantly, I think, I've seen this in myself and, like, my girlfriends.
Yeah.
That, like, we try and find a guy and then build a life around him.
Yeah.
Instead, you should be building your own life and then finding someone whose life meshes with yours.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was so hard because, I mean, it's hard to hear, like, I went through a breakup or whatever, and my mom's like, and it was like a hard truth, right? It's like the type of medicine that you don't want to take.
Right.
But it was good. Like, she was just like, I just feel bad because you don't love yourself enough to just, like, stop and love yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom had that conversation with me a bunch of times, too. She always says, you can love him, but love yourself more.
Yeah.
And that took me a long time to process. Mm-hmm. And moms always know. It's so frustrating. They always know.
They do.
And even, like, in a previous relationship, my mom off the bat was like, you know, this is not right for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like that. To my mom, who raised me, who knows me better than anyone.
Definitely probably been through similar situations.
100%. And so I just, like, stopped talking to her about it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, started to hit the fan, and I was like, hey, like, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
And my mom was kind of like, pray about it, and you'll know what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, oof, yeah. And, I prayed for discernment, and boy, did I get it.
Discerned.
And one of my pastors said, that's great. Next time, pray for discernment beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was like, good advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a huge thing.
It is hard.
Because people can be good and just not right for you.
Right.
As well.
Right.
Like, sometimes it's just, we're incompatible.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's not me. It's us together.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah. And there's a chance, like, because, I mean, honestly, like, you hear that. I always told people, I was like, if you hear a man say you deserve better.
Run. Oh, he's about to show you why. Get out of there.
Yeah, for real, though.
Yeah.
And, like, that's true, though. Yeah, if you're saying that to me, you're right. I do deserve better, and you deserve somebody that's gonna put up with you.
Right, yeah.
Like, but, and then, you know, maybe they're a totally different way with somebody that's actually more right for them.
Right, because it's also like, you know, we deserve to be loved a certain way, but it's also like, they deserve to be with someone that, like, loving is as easy as, like, breathing.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so it's like, at some point, it's a disservice to both you and me for us to stay here
together.
When we're not benefiting each other's lives.
Right.
And sometimes it has nothing to do with the amount of love that's present, but just knowing it's not right.
And that was, like, the hardest part for me. I feel like in, like, a previous relationship, I felt like I was doing so much, right, to try to, like, show this person that I loved them, like, do all the things. And it was like, once everything ended, I felt like I wasn't enough. Like, I know I did everything right? Like, I did everything right, but it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for that person.
Right.
But, like, I know now, like, I did everything that I could, and I loved as hard as I could, and it wasn't enough for that person, that's okay. You know?
I heard someone say, you could be the full package at the wrong doorstep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And so, like, when you meet the right person, it's gonna be right. And that's that. And in the meantime, like, you're gonna meet people that are great but are not right for you, and that's okay. You live and you learn. You take those memories, that love with you as you go along, and, you know, keep them in your heart. Pray for them.
And I do believe, like, every person that you encounter has a reason that you're encountering them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Like, even, like, people that I have, like, previously met, like, it's just, like, every person has impacted me in some way. Where it's just, like, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for that experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know what to do differently for the next experience, you know?
Right.
And, like, even then, like, sometimes, like, I've experienced this, so I can help you do it the right way. You know what I mean? Like, I did it the wrong way. Let me tell you what you could do instead.
Yeah.
Type thing. You know?
What's hard, too, is, like, when it comes to things like that, I don't know if you feel this way, but, like, you can do me wrong, and, like, I'll be hurt, but I hold no real hatred or resentment. Like, you could do me so wrong, and I'm always gonna hold love for you still. Yeah. And, like, no matter, like, how bad our falling out was, or what happened between us, like, if someone called me in the middle of the night and needed me, and this is someone who at one point, like, I loved and was meaningful, like, I'm picking up.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't matter. I'm picking up.
Yeah. I agree.
But I think that's such a powerful thing, too, to be able to acknowledge, like, not everyone has the same heart as me, but it's not going to change my heart.
Right. Right. Yeah.
This is who I am. Yeah. And I'm not going to let outside influences affect that.
Right.
You can tear me down, you can beat me black and blue, emotionally, whatever, but at the end of the day, my heart is the heart that Jesus gave me.
Yeah.
I've got the Holy Spirit. I've got love in me.
Yeah, and that's not saying that you're not also having healthy boundaries from that. Like,
right.
You know, that's the main, you know, that thin line type thing.
Yeah, I mean, like
you're going to protect yourself.
Sure.
But also, if they needed you, like, you'd be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Knowing when to walk away.
Right.
And, that's also good for, like, I mean, sometimes that goes along with loving people, too. Yeah. Sometimes you set boundaries with people because you love them.
Because you love them, yeah. Yeah.
And they might not always understand it, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20, they will at some point.
Right.
But yeah, just at the end of the day, like, really looking around and being like, love rules everything in one way or another.
Yeah. That's true. Sorry to get like deep on y'all.
Wow.
Wow.
We were like, wow, we have nothing to talk about today, and then yeah.
Yeah. Needed to be said, I guess.
Needed to be said. Dang.
That was good. We were spitting.
Good. Yeah, we were spitting. We had some Coca-Cola with peanuts.
Peanuts, yeah.
And then we talked about our faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
The love and war in your 20s.
That's it. There we go.
Love and war in your 20s.
That's good.
But thankful for everything, the good and the bad. It wouldn't be the good without the bad. And that's all right.
That's okay.
Best thing you can do is go through it with other people. What's that verse? Well, something about, like, woe is the man who falls down alone and has no one to pick him up. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, I'm so misquoting that. Someone from our church is going to text me and be like, this is the verse you're talking about.
True.
But, I do think about that all the time.
Say it again.
Friends are everything.
Is the man
who falls alone?
Alone.
Just put, like, verse.
Ecclesiastes 4:9-10.
Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time.
That's good. That's good.
Friendship is everything.
It really is.
Community, everything. Love
really
is
is.
everything. Never feel bad for loving.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. No matter how hurtful, like, it can be. You know? Because...
Normally, the harder it is to show love, the more the other person needs it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And never feel bad for loving, for being the light. It's alright. It'll come back to you.
True.
Some way or another. My door just does that. It's her. It's her. My door like creaks and makes sounds. Whenever the air conditioning turns on. It's her. But yeah.
I think that was a really good episode.
I think so too. I mean, it started out kind of...
We didn't know where
we're a little all over the place,
but we ended all right.
Yeah. I love us.
I love us. I love you.
I love you.
Friends.
Oh.
I love Billy.
I love.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. This has been Cowgirl Meets Yankee. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.